Turkish journalist Melda Dogan has been on the ground since the very first day. She joins us now. A very good morning to you, Melda. I know that you are actually on the border. Just tell us what the situation is there at the moment, because I think there is growing anger about the way in which the two governments have actually been dealing with this crisis.
Well, yes, I'm in Nurda now. It's on Turkey's south. This is one of the worst affected regions in Turkey by the earthquake. You can see behind me, people now are living in tents. It's quite cold here. Aid has arrived late and was very disorganized. There's a lot of anger in Turkish public actually regarding how the government has handled this situation, the earthquake that had the 10 cities and affected 13.5 million people. I would say the main reason is actually three main factors here. First, how the emergency situation was badly handled, and some regions have and rescue workers have reached some regions very, very late. The second thing that the public is very angry is actually why we weren't prepared for this earthquake. Turkey is in the earthquake region. It was known that this country would sooner or later face an earthquake. They have been collecting earthquake taxes for years, actually over 20 years. $36.5 billion of earthquake taxes were collected, but yet precautions weren't taken. And even though the laws existed regarding the code for building and construction existed, it was barely applied anywhere. And this is the reason why actually, due to corruption and due to lack of enforcement, that many buildings were improperly built, and that cost lives of thousands of people.
So, Melda, the search for survivors obviously is continuing. In fact, later in the show, we have a wonderful pair of sniffer dogs in the team that come out from the UK to help. But it's starting to approach the end of the envelope now, isn't it? And can you give us an idea of the climate in Turkey? Because many British viewers think of Turkey as a hot country, of course, but you have very perishingly cold winters down there, don't you? And that goes against the odds of people surviving in the rubble, doesn't it? And
indeed, you're nicely warm. Yeah. I think they're in a lovely sort of quilted jacket, which just proves the point.
It's so cold. Honestly, it's about -degrees in the night, and even during the day, it's very cold. And on top of this, in this camp, which is next to, it's in a park in the town center where I'm located now. So there's a lot of dust also around, coming out of the rubble. So it's hard to breathe. And tent conditions, of course, there's the hygiene point of view, lack of toilets, and running water is also an issue at the moment. Hygiene has become a very important topic at this point, because people risk also getting infected from diseases due to lack of sanitary conditions.
Melda, we're hearing reports that many of the survivors from Turkey are now crossing over the border into Syria. Now, we know that Syria was very, very badly affected by this. And again, the government of Assad was doing very little to help people there. But they must be facing desperate measures if they feel that it's better to cross over the border and go into Syria rather than stay in Turkey.
Yes. So this area, Hatay area, has a very high population of immigrants, because it's just next to the border, right? About 40% of Hatay's population actually was made of immigrants. So all these people now they are trying to cross the border to reunite with their family members who are living in villages across the border. The main reason I would say here is more people want to reunite with their families, see if everyone is okay, maybe going to help them there. So there is lines of thousands of people also waiting at the border to cross back to Syria.
It is 13 days since the quake. And an awful lot of the international teams are now pulling out. Does this suggest that, sadly, all hope is now being given up for finding any survivors, even though I think yesterday someone was pulled from the rubble.
Well, yes, yesterday, after 278 hours, 3 people were saved under the rubble. It's a total miracle. Like, if you would have seen the rubbles, the buildings we witnessed here, you would never think that anyone could come alive out of these buildings, but miracles happen. Unfortunately, yes, rescue efforts have been finished in several areas. They're now continuing just only in Hatay, in Osmaniye, and in Adıyaman. They're still going on, but in most of the regions, the rescue efforts have finished, and the foreign teams are also going back to their countries. 88 countries helped Turkey during this earthquake. 23 of those rescue teams, foreign rescue teams, have left the country as of today, and the others are expected to leave the country in the coming 2 or 3 days.
Melda, thank you very much indeed for joining us there from the border. Stay safe yourself, but thank you for that report. Thank you.